What's up everybody, it's the Sports Code aka Aiden and welcome back to another video. This is the Manchester United versus the Tranmere Rovers match prediction. If anybody doesn't know, Tranmere beat Watford not too long ago to get into the next round of the FA Cup, and this is going to be our opponent. Now, for anyone who doesn't know who they are or where they are, they're currently in the league below the Championship, the League One for the English League, and it's they're around the relegation zone in that league as well. So they're not a good team to say the least. Then not many people actually know who they are, but nevertheless they beat Watford despite Watford's reserves. They're still a team that we could potentially have problems beating just based on how bad the pitch is going to be and probably how much they're going to defend against us. So we still need to take this game fairly seriously in terms of how we actually line up for this game, the game plan that we're going to have in order to beat a team like Tranmere, who might not be the most technically gifted team, but if they are going to defend, then they could definitely get something out of us. So when it comes to the FA Cup, I think that this is probably the next cup to go for, considering that the Carabao Cup, which is against Man City, the game after this one, is pretty much out of sight from the at this current moment. So we've got the FA Cup to look forward to, as well as the Europa League. So it's important that we actually really just try to qualify into this. I know a lot of people saying the FA Cup is useless and we don't really need it, but I just think any trophy is a trophy to go for. So with that being said, I still think that there's a lot of squad rotation that needs to be made in order for us to maybe not get an injury, or even to have a good chance against Man City if we play our strongest side. The Man City game, look, it's probably not going to happen in a million years that we're going to beat Man City here at the Etihad 2-0 and they don't score. But at the end of the day, I still think we probably should use our bench or squad rotation in this game compared to the Man City game, just because losing to Man City is going to be a much bigger deal to the fans and how much it means to them, considering losing to this game. Losing this game is going to be embarrassing, don't get me wrong. It's going to be one of the most embarrassing losses this season, but I think losing to Man City will mean a lot more to the fans. Anyway, so going into this, the starting lineup, or my predicted 11, I've got Romero in goal. I think David De Gea is going to get a rest, and Romero is our cup goalkeeper. I think he's going to be the one that pretty much has nothing to do. Like, I don't really think it's going to matter who plays goalkeeper in this match, because I don't think they're going to attack us much. But Romero should be the one that plays. He needs game time, and he's a very good backup goalkeeper. So let's give him some game time. Now going to right back, I think Diogo Dalot should probably start this one, just because Wan-Bissaka needs a rest. I think he's been overplayed a lot. The guy hasn't had a rest in a long time, and it's just important to give him his rest for Man City and the Premier League games ahead. Maybe it's one game rest could do him a world of good. So let's see how that goes. Centre backs now. Something tells me that Harry Maguire is going to play this game, but we'll get to that in a minute. I am going to say that Eric Bailly will start this game. He's just come back from an injury. Ollie has had some positive things to say about Eric Bailly since he's come back, saying that he would enjoy a game like this. If he's going to enjoy a game like this, then why not give him a run out there, man? He's a very good centre-back to have as a backup, so it's really good to give him game time as well, get him ready, because we might need him in the future. You never know. All of our players on the bench have got to stay ready, and maybe game time will help them develop that readiness for important Premier League games to come. So yes, Eric Bailly should start, and now I think Phil Jones should be the one starting next to him, but something tells me that Harry Maguire is going to play this game. I think that with Ollie, I don't have full faith that he's going to rotate his entire squad, so I definitely think there's going to be players that are actually playing this game that maybe shouldn't, and so we'll see what happens with that. I just think we should rotate our entire squad, because no matter what squad we have out there, it should still be good enough to win this game. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But I think Harry Maguire is going to play. Left back, I've got Luke Shaw. Brandon Williams definitely needs to be rested if he's here to play the Premier League and the Carabao Cup games to come. I think Luke Shaw hasn't done much wrong to lose his spot, but he's just not been performing as well as Brandon Williams. So I definitely think Luke Shaw deserves game time as well, and he'll probably start this game. And I think Luke Shaw will have a good game. Just maybe it doesn't really matter in my opinion who starts, because in the Carabao Cup, Luke Shaw could play that one and Brandon Williams could play this one. As long as Brandon Williams gets the rest, I'm going to be happy with that. Going into the CDMs or the midfielders, I think Fred will play this game, and I really don't want Fred to play this game because I just don't think he needs to risk himself in a game like this. But I really think Fred is going to play this game, and I don't know how to feel about that, because look, we don't need to play him here. I think Fred's been so important to us. If we lose him in a game like this, then it's gonna bring much more negativity than what's already happening at Manchester United at the moment. So we just got to be very careful with who we play here, because potential injuries, especially on a field like this, it can happen. So I think Fred should not be risked in this game, but I do think he'll be played. I also think Garner will play next to him. I think Matic is the one that's going to get the break. With Matic, I think just his age alone, I don't think he can play every single game from here on to the end of the season. I just think that he's going to have some breaks. And if out of the two, I think it's definitely going to be Matic to take the break. Now, a lot of people are going to say Andreas Pereira, and I think Andreas Pereira is more likely, but I just think I need to see Garner play some more games. I've only seen him play a few games this season, and he's been really good when he has played. And I think you need to give him another opportunity to play. But most likely Andreas is going to play, but since this is my predicted, I'm going to predict Garner, and hopefully that will come true. Cam, I think Andreas is going to play Cam, because I feel like we're going to save Mata for the Man City game. I don't know. I really don't know who's going to play that Cam position. I personally would love to see Angel Gomez play in that Cam position, but I just think we're so weak in the squad that we're probably not going to get Angel Gomez playing in his natural position if he is to play this game, because we need wingers as well. And are we gonna rest everybody or not? So I think maybe Angel Gomez will come off the bench this game, but he has to come off the bench this game, please. If he's not I'd much rather him start. But if you're gonna play him, at least put him on the bench at least. And yeah, so I think Andreas will play this one. I don't really like that decision, but I feel like that's what's gonna happen. Now on to the wingers. I think that Angel Gomez could potentially play winger, but I'm going to go for Tahith Chong. Now, I know Tahith Chong is on his way to Inter Milan, and it's an absolute shambles how Man United let that happen. I cannot believe that for the life of me, how Man United let that happen. But I think when it comes to wingers, we are short, and maybe Tahith Chong could do one last job before he goes to Inter Milan, whether that be Man United don't want to play him anymore or he leaves in January. It looks like he's leaving in the summer, so maybe he could help us until then. We definitely need some wingers. Right wing, I'm going to go with Daniel James here, because I just think that there's going to be some players that are going to play, and I really hope Daniel James doesn't play here, because I'd much rather see Gomez and Chong on the wings and let James have a break, because for the life of me, Daniel James has been run to the ground, and the guy just he needs a break. I would even not play him against Man City. I think he needs that much of a break. He just needs a week off. Let him recuperate from he's taken a big toll this season. He has been fouled like no other player has been fouled. He's probably hurting in a lot of ways, and he could even get injured. So just give him a break, please. Let him have a break. He shouldn't even be playing this much in the first place. Just give him a break. And a striker, obviously, I think Mason Greenwood's going to be striker here. I know Martial could be available, but I just think we also need to save Martial as well. Don't need to risk our, because if Martial gets injured, or even Greenwood to an extent, but if Martial gets injured, we're not going to have anyone up front with class like Martial. I know Mason Greenwood is up there with talent, but he's still so young and he's still learning the ropes that maybe he's just not ready to take it by himself. So I think Martial should rest, let Greenwood hold the keys to the striker position for this game against Man City or or in the Premier League. You let Martial start that game, and that's my predicted score. This is going to be tough because it all depends on if they park the bus against us or not. Because I do think we're going to win this game. I feel like if we lose this game, serious changes need to happen if we lose this game. When it comes to the manager, when it comes to the owners, when it comes to everything, serious changes must happen if we lose this game. So I do think we're going to win it. I don't see how we lose this game. I'm going to say 2-0 just because I feel like they're going to park the bus against us. And it all depends on how quickly we can score a goal. It was the same against Burnley. It was all going to be about how quickly we could score a goal, and we didn't end up scoring a goal at all, and that's why we lost the game. This is going to be no different here. It's going to be, yes, weaker opposition compared to Burnley, but the same will apply. How quickly are we going to score the first goal? Because if we get a goal early, then I can see this being a very big victory for us. But if we're just going to let them dictate our offense and read our plays and all of that, and then they're going to end up defending us extremely well with 4 banks in the defense with probably just 1 player or 2 players up front, then we're going to really struggle here. And especially with that ground, not everything's going to go smoothly like it should. There's going to be passes that are going to get turned over. I remember Fred, when last time he played on a patchy ground, he struggled like crazy. He did not play very well. So the same might apply here. His passes might not be as good as they are on like a smooth pitch like the Old Trafford pitch or the Etihad pitch or any Premier League pitch really. So we're just going to be very careful when it comes to that pitch as well. And yeah, we'll see. I think whoever we get next in the FA Cup, maybe that's when it's time to put the strong team out. But I think for this game, just because of the level of the opposition that we're versing, the pitch and the games to come, there's no need to play every single player. I don't want to see Lindelof play. I don't want to see Wan-Bissaka play. I don't want to see Matic play. I don't really want to see Martial play either. I just want a lot of our players to get some rest, and let's build up for the ongoing games. Because at the moment it doesn't look like we're getting anybody in January, so we're going to have to deal with our players now, and we're so thin already that it's almost a crime not to fix this team in January. So whatever the reason is, it's unacceptable, but we're going to have to deal with it as Man United fans. We're going to have to deal with it as people that like this or love the team. Like, it's so... when I say deal with it, I don't mean we have to accept it, but this is the hand we've been given, and I don't know how we're going to react. How are we going to react as fans? How are we going to react as a club if we don't get anybody in January? But let's just see. There's still a couple of days. Yeah, we should definitely rest a lot of players, and let's build the starting 11 for the majority of the games to come. Anyway, take care.